Good afternoon and thanks for your company. This is the Mid-Market Movers program. James Preston with you for 𝐊𝐿𝐴 TV. The ASX 200 is turbocharged today, defying inflation anxiety and virus concerns. Although Fed officials have maintained their view of recent price increases as transitory, the market is looking for signs of when the Fed might potentially begin to pull back its pandemic support. So on that note, let us zoom our lens on the market performance today and the drivers under the spotlight. Australian shares hit an all-time peak on Tuesday, tracking a record high finish on Wall Street overnight, with investors focusing on the upcoming US Federal Reserve meeting to get cues on its monetary policy. Wall Street's major indexes closed at their highest levels overnight, with investors eyeing the Fed's meeting to know about any tapering of support and the likely date of a first rate hike. Looking at the sectoral charter, and healthcare stocks are the star performers on the index. California-based medical equipment company ResMed is the top percentage gainer on the ASX 200. ResMed shares soared following its NYSE-listed rival Philips recalling certain breathing devices and ventilators on concerns that they could harm their patients. Pro Medicus, Sonic Healthcare and Ramsay Healthcare also traded in the green zone. It's also been a strong period for tech stocks, which have hit a 6-week high, tracking the Nasdaq's strong finish overnight. Buy now, pay later firm Afterpay and cloud-based accounting software platform Xero both edged up, and 𝐊𝐴 was also among the top percentage gainers on the ASX 200. Meanwhile, shares of Nuix jumped after the announcement of the departures of both the CEO and the CFO. The embattled tech company Nuix announced that its chief financial officer, Stephen Doyle, is being terminated by, quote, mutual agreement, and will be replaced by interim CFO Chad Barton. The company has also announced that its CEO, Rod Vaudrey, has given notice of his decision to retire from the company. Growth-oriented tech stocks are becoming very much a favourite of investors recently, but it's yet to be seen if that optimism will be dampened by the potential for the US Central Bank to wind back its ultra-loose programs earlier than expected. At the same time, the latest inflation readings may bring bond tapering plans under discussion at the Federal Open Market Committee meeting, which is set to be held very soon. Australian energy players such as Woodside Petroleum, Beach Resources and also Origin Energy are all trading in the green, with crude oil reaching multi-year highs. On Monday, crude oil prices almost ended flat after commodity investors drove prices to their highest levels in over 2 years, anticipating a surge in demand. Shifting now to the mining sector, and heavyweight players BHP Group, Rio Tinto and Fortescue Metals are all trading in the green after iron ore futures jumped. These results were further boosted by recovering steel margins and increasing China port prices, which have helped to increase overall gains. Meanwhile, Australian gold stocks are on track to post their biggest intraday percentage loss in 2 weeks. Yellow metal players tracked gold prices that slipped on Monday, as some investors feared the US Federal Reserve may scale back its expansive monetary policy at a 2-day meeting this week. Sector heavyweight Newcrest Mining dipped lower, De Grey Mining and Gold Road Resources also dropped on the board. And now it's time for a very small break here on 𝐊𝐿𝐴 TV, but stick with us because we'll be back in just a moment with more from our latest sectors.
At 𝐊𝐿𝐴 TV, we'll take you to the heart of the Australian equity market. We'll bring you breakthrough stories that highlight volatility, as well as tailwinds building across the length and breadth of markets. Whether space travel will gain momentum, while economies may gradually open amid vaccine rollouts, our experts will share their timely inputs. So join us on this exciting journey of live streaming, financial and stock market news. 𝐊𝐿𝐴 TV.
Thanks for sticking with us on 𝐊𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞 TV. James Preston with you, and you are watching The Market Movers, where we take a look at some of the captivating stock shifts of the day. And that certainly applies to specialty retail fashion chains operator Premier Investments, trading as PMV. PMV have announced last week that total global sales for the first 18 weeks of the second half of 2021 increased by 70% on the comparable period. Notably, the group successfully enabled customers to shop seamlessly either online or in-store during the COVID-19 health crisis. Also, shares of Japara Healthcare hit near two-year peaks on rival $251 million buyout proposals. The company recently announced that it had received a second takeover offer from RSL Care RDNS, following an offer from Little Company of Mary Healthcare. Meanwhile, digital consumer credit business MoneyMe has registered a 9-month high on providing a trading update for the month ending the 31st of May. The company has reported record originations of $57 million through May, and the group is experiencing significant traction in the newly launched secured vehicle finance innovation AutoPay. Moving on, and the shares of online course provider KeyPath Education climbed on the raising of its revenue guidance for fiscal year 2021. According to the company, the positive momentum in the business has continued throughout the quarter and is set to also be a robust period for quarter 4 and continuing through quarter 3. This is largely due to robust enrolment growth and strong student retention. Notably, KeyPath added 5 new programs with its existing university partners in key disciplines and markets since lodgement of its prospectus in May 11. The company expects continuing strong performance in quarter 4 and positive results in quarter 3. It is set to provide further growth in the financial year of 2022. Also, shipbuilder Austal dropped on downgrading its outlook for the financial year of 2021. Austal said that it expects earnings before interest and tax for financial year 2021 will now be in the range of $112 to $118 million, with reduced revenue of approximately $1.55 billion. The change from previously issued guidance is due to delays experienced on programs and associated costs caused by COVID-19 related border closures, travel restrictions and resourcing challenges that are impacting Austal's shipbuilding operations in Australia and also in the Philippines. And now it's time for another very small break on 𝐊𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞 TV, but I'll be back with you in just a moment for more updates.
Property by 𝐊𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞. Looking for a dream home? Well, that may sound easy, but it isn't. And from looking for a property that is the right fit for you in terms of cost and other factors, to zeroing down on the right mortgage plan, there are various aspects to consider. And for the latest slowdown in the property market, tune in on 𝐊𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞 TV with me, Sage. I will give the latest updates on the property market as well as real estate stocks to help you make the right decision. Keep watching Property with 𝐊𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞.
Thanks for sticking with us on 𝐊𝐴 TV. James Preston with you, and you are watching The Market Movers. Well, let's continue on with the program, and it's more trouble for Crown Resorts, who have slid once again on receiving a new funding offer from Oaktree Capital Group worth $3.1 billion to buy back its founder's holding in a deal that would give the private equity firm a 10% stake of Crown. Also, health and beauty products maker McPherson's has marked its worst session in 6 months as a buyout offer was scrapped. After a 4-week due diligence period, suitor Aratex Australia Group backed out of its buyout proposal, which was worth $205 million. McPherson's, though, did not give any details on the reasons for Aratex's withdrawal. Let's now cast our attention to the crypto space, and Bitcoin has continued its bounce back, once again owing to a tweet from Tesla CEO Elon Musk that informed investors that the electric car maker could reopen the door to Bitcoin transactions into the future. Bitcoin climbed above $40,000 on Monday after yet another weekend of price swings following tweets from Tesla boss Elon Musk, who fended off criticism over his market influence and said Tesla sold Bitcoin but may resume transactions using it when mining is done with cleaner energy. The issue of the carbon footprint has been one of the biggest dampeners for the cryptocurrency itself, and Musk's tweets are therefore expected to encourage Bitcoin miners to use renewable sources for mining. Now, this may in turn further ensure the sustainability of the magic internet money over the long haul. Having said that though, the recent invention of eco-friendly crypto mining machines that can run on cow manure has felled hopes of an eventual transition of Bitcoin mining toward renewable sources. Prospects of powering blockchain mining with renewables such as solar, wind, natural gas and also geothermal energy is also being widely explored. Well, that's all for now, but make sure to stay tuned for more live updates on 𝐾𝐿𝐴𝐚 TV across the economy, markets and diverse sectors and themes. Rachel Jones will be with you for our next live program, The Penny Picks, to take a nice deep look at the penny space in around about 15 minutes time. I'm James Preston. That's all for me right now for 𝐾𝐿𝐴𝐚 TV.